Yeah. Pull up a chair. Episode 32. Thank you, Jonah Hill. Picking off a great... What?
30. Why is it Jonah Hill?
Oh, I just said thank you, Jonah.
I didn't know it was like his birthday recently and he turned 32. But I was like...
Oddly enough, I think it was his birthday recently, but I don't know how old he turned.
Google.
But I did see something besides the headline last night, which of course you know we're going to get into that. But Pull Up a Chair, episode 32. How are you feeling? We got a bright, blessed, and wonderful. It was a little windy this week.
Good. Trying to think back of my week, what all happened. Work.
Felt like it went by really quick.
Yeah.
Like lightning fast.
Yeah. Made some progress on the motorcycle. Didn't get her started, but we're getting close.
Getting there?
Yeah. Got to test a few things, maybe change some fuses. But got that. Work went by smooth. Got tomorrow picking up my parents from the airport.
Nice.
Yeah, they went on a cruise.
Yeah, I know. Where are they cruising?
They flew down to Florida, got on a cruise ship, went to Bahamas, or what was it? Forget which islands, but it was like a cruise that goes on a nice little route, hits a few stops.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, bastards didn't take me with them. I just say how it is, all right. But had me drive them to the airport and pick them up. Okay.
In a storm.
Bruh. That shit was...
That storm that you drove in was something.
Mm-hmm.
But for a minute, I was like, God dang.
I mean, truly, like, that's probably why I'm the best driver of the kids. I'm not being cocky. Like, that's a fact. So, like...
That's why they asked you?
Yeah. Yes. Because my one sister,
would have got
not
killed.
Dropping names. No, she was like... My stepmom was like, oh, yeah, she was like made a joke. Was like, oh, why didn't you ask me instead of Nick? Like, and immediately as soon as she said, I was like, because I'm a better driver. And Jackie's like, well, I'm not gonna speak on that. I was like, well, that's true.
Plead the fifth.
To each his own.
Got to.
You know, like, how you doing? Keep it moving. Like, I'm not gonna say yes, not gonna say no, but you got us there safely. So
my week overall was like I said, kind of went by like that. I did
stack some papers.
I did stack some paper throughout the day, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Got the jam though. All caught up on the new music for the day, I feel like. Definitely excited to dive into a lot of these topics. Definitely excited to share my screen review. However, though, as you know, yes, we do have wifey temporarily pulling up a chair before she makes a store run.
Shout out those Crocs.
Oh, yeah, her Croc game is stupid. Her Croc game's going brazy. Croc game's stupid. 42 pairs.
I did not.
You heard it there first. 42 pairs. However, though, if you don't know the faces, and if you aren't familiar, and maybe you're tuning in for your first time, to my left, I got my co-host, Super Fried Snooker, off the top rope.
We coming in hot.
Absolutely.
You already know.
You guaranteed. The Book of Snooker author himself.
We continue writing every day, you know.
That's a fact. And you got your host, El Tuger Tente, the ultimate motherfucking sensei, the one who, of course, taught Bruce Lee everything he motherfucking knows. What? A.K.A. Space Mountain Stoney, Stoney Montana, Young Dumbledore, Edward motherfucking Swisherhands, A.K.A. call me what you will, just don't call me broker. It's Mr. Keep the Love High and the motherfucking Hate Low.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
There we go. Starting off right.
And two, energy's high today. The chakras are aligned. We are feeling good. What topic would you like to dive into first?
Shit, I don't know. It don't really matter to me. I feel like we're kind of going to steamroll through them. Not going to make it a fast pod, but quicker than usual because we do have our
last
battle.
one we did go for a while.
Right. So but this time we do have a battle followed up.
And it is a full Sleepless Saturday with me and Snook on
exactly,
the screen.
And for that reason, this one might be a little quicker because I'll have to go make a pit stop back to Nala. Take her out,
and it was, for what it was a slow week, but the shit that did happen, I am so excited to talk about. And I did catch a movie last Sunday that we have been talking about on the pod, and I am excited to share my review on it. I actually don't know if I've got to tell you my review. But let's just start it off in traditional fashion. Let's go music. Big excited to dive into the new music reviews and the new releases. I think it was another great week, another one of my favorite weeks of the year, and my album of the year so far actually came out yesterday.
Oh,
Maybe there's a little bias to it, but you know what? I really don't think there is.
I think there might be a
complete bias, because when I listen to this project, he's making me look good every time I big him up. So I'm gonna do it again. My must check out, must listen, my highly recommend, emphasis on HIGH, would be Abolished Uncertainties, J Skis. You're looking at 13 tracks, 46 minutes, concise as a motherfucker. The features are on point. The production's nuts. The bars are crazy. We were just talking before the pod about bars that go over your head. He fucking delivered. Another album to switch it up into another genre that I really want to stand by. That's another one of my favorite projects this year. Is Since I Have a Lover, Black.
I saw that came out.
I saw that was on your screen too. I think NRH is great. Oh yeah, let me give my standout tracks real quick too. I'll give 3 off each project. Give me NRH off of Since I Have a Lover, and I'm going in order. But remember, it's always card subject to change with me. Testify 2. Give me Preach 3 for Since I Have a Lover. But great project overall if you like R&B, and he sprinkles in some hip hop.
Yeah, I didn't listen to the full. Okay. I haven't listened to full album. So
I will say the latter half, the back 9, so to speak, are better.
Okay.
On that album.
Because I probably got through like 4. Good. First 4, like didn't hate it.
Okay, first 4.
I didn't turn it off because I didn't like it. I
think once it hits Preach and then it goes, it's a run.
I've been in past 2 months heavy, Key Glock and Young Dolph. So like when I venture to like listen to something new, my brain is like, what the fuck we listening to? Like
sometimes when you're in that
when you're at work, you're like, all right, yeah.
It actually took me, not to get dark here for a quick second, which I won't, but right when Mac first passed away, it was actually hard for me after like about 2 months of just listening to Mac to get back into like, okay, let me catch up on what I missed.
Other artists, because
it was kind of like a culture shock.
It's like a little attachment. You like, it's just like a little like, I don't know, like
it's a culture shock. We had that last week actually on the battle. The 3 that stood out to me on Abolished Uncertainties, I think, are must checkouts. For one, give me Red Kool-Aid. I think Jillian Hayes's poem at the end is absolutely immaculate. It's incredible. I actually give an exclusive. I got to talk to Skeese a little bit on Instagram about the records on there. Told him that was a standout to me. And I also mentioned this one, Sideline Saga, which I didn't catch it at first until he mentioned it. But he gives a shitload of Sideline story references from J. Cole's first album on there, like with the tracks and shit. Okay. And I didn't catch it until when I went back and listened.
It's a hidden message within the title.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got to go with, for 3, Symmetry with Conway.
Yeah.
Because that was a snippet for a while, and then to actually hear the full song.
You got
that delivered. Yeah, that delivered. They had to wait to clear the sample. I totally get it. Oh, he said burner phone. Fuck yeah, dude. Big love to Jay Skeese, man. Seriously, that shit's dope. Another project I wanted to shout out was Hit Boy, Surfer Drown. Another thing I wanted to mention from my artist out there, also to me. He put out a bunch of instrumentals. Well, actually, all of the instrumentals, along with the tracks on the album, and said that when you either record the tracks or you like do videos to the track,
freestyle,
to add him on Twitter,
and
he'll go through them and retweet his favorite ones.
That's dope. That's great publicity and
that is
interaction,
and his Twitter account's very active,
putting out not free beats, but putting out beats for people to use freely.
Hey,
because it's not.
I'm not big on speaking it into existence with supporters necessarily and everybody. I'll end up telling a couple of y'all, don't worry, but that's the one for me right there.
Okay,
that's the one for me right there. So I got one coming on one of these bitches too. But get out there and check that out, though. It's a great project. And something I did want to mention, too, while I'm on that real quick. Hit Boy did something that is very uncommon. He's rapping now. He's rapping now on the beats, too. And, he actually did, a control verse on Slipping Into Darkness with Alchemist, where he started going at, Metro and Southside and TM88, but in, a friendly competition way. He didn't, cross any lines or anything. Yeah.
People, because when Kendrick dropped Control or whatever, whoever you want to say dropped it. When everyone heard Kendrick's part,
I think oddly enough it was a Big Sean song.
Yeah, that's why I'm whoever technically, but people got butt hurt by Kendrick. I want to see. I don't want to see none of your have any fans. He's
Rappers are sensitive.
But it's like
He started
the bar off with I forget exactly the correct words now that I just want to quote it, and you know how your brain farts. But it was like, he like starts off by like, oh yeah, I respect them all, and I hope they do well.
But I'm coming for the throne.
I don't want to see your fans saying another noun of your shit because I want to be the king. So it's like, it was like,
and some people took it to heart. Some people just let it go off their back.
Right, but it was like how I saw when MGK was feuding with Eminem. How can you say you diss somebody, but say, oh, you're the greatest of all time, but like no, anything after that, calling someone the greatest of all time is just invalid. Like if you're trying to diss
I agree
them,
with that. You also don't want to go too crazy. Like you don't want to like big them up too much when you're dissing them.
That's why.
Then it's like you don't want to fan out. Like you can give an like a hey, I'm doing this friendly, but you can also keep it at that where I'm not gonna like fan out in the middle of the diss joint.
That's what it's like. Because when people are like, oh,
I get
MGK killed him, like this man just.
I did like Rap Devil. I'm guilty.
I liked it. I didn't say MGK won though.
I didn't really think that one had a clear winner at all. And the internet gave a winner. The internet gave a winner. But in reality, I think nobody really clearly won that.
But how can you win when you give props to the other person as an opponent?
I mean, at that point, I just go by which one I think had the better record. The record.
No, I get that. But
out of those two, I went back and listened to Rap Devil. I don't think I've ever listened to Kill Shot since.
Because it did its job.
It was good. It was good. I mean, the bars were great. I didn't like the song itself more than Rap.
Because it was an actual shot at somebody. It wasn't a melody hip hop radio song. Like
that's true. But
if that makes sense.
The other new record, couple more I want to get to.
Lana Del Rey dropped.
Lana did drop. Lana dropped a good joint. He'd say, I say MGK won, but I'm biased because I hate MGK. Oh, I'd say
Eminem won.
Eminem won, but I'm biased because I hate MGK. Gotcha. I mean, Eminem, yeah, clear winner in reality.
Like, I'll agree. More people listen.
Oh, I'm the hot take. I'm the hot take on that all the way.
But I'll agree. Probably now, Rap Devil has more playback, like listens. But it's just in my mind. It would be like, oh, Luke, you're a great lyricist.
For what it's worth, the one line that I think Eminem won with, like as soon as I realized when he said it, I was like, yeah, I think that might be the dagger. Was when he said something like, and it was like 48-year-old me is still better than 22-year-old you or something like that.
Yeah. When I was 26, I had multiple.
I was like, oh, shit. Yeah. But let's see what else we got here. So Mayhem Loren, DJ Muggs, and Madlib on Szechuan Capital. And banger.
Luke Combs.
And I did see Luke Combs dropped an album too. Wifey was talking about that. Lana drop, as you mentioned, which I did hear the Lana. The Lana was great. I haven't heard the Luke Combs, but I did hear the Lana.
Quando Rondo drop. I didn't listen to that.
I did give the Quando a listen. However, you know, an infamous phrase I love to say to kind of deflect. For sure, it's a deflection, but not the demo. But I did like Speeding, and I like Give Me a Sign with Youngboy.
Fair. What about Fall Out Boys?
I did listen to Fall Out Boy. I saved The Pink Seashell and What a Time to Be Alive.
Owl City, is that who made like
Firefly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that name was like they had like one.
But the new Fall Out Boy, I mean, I do like Fall Out Boy, love Fall Out Boy, but as far as the new album, it didn't quite jump out at me like
I think
some of the oldies.
Well, yes. Definitely past their prime. I'm not even gonna say prime, but past their peak of audience.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna say talent because you could have that talent for.
I mean, I could tell when I went to the Wisdom Fall Out Boy show, it was a little rough. However, though, Fall Out Boy did a great performance. They did a great.
And
job.
I feel like this album's probably a great produced album. So like, I feel like it's more or less them.
It sounds what you would expect 2023 Fall Out Boy to sound like, but it's just not that old school. FOB.
And I feel like.
By the way, I hope everybody's having a blessed and wonderful sleepless Saturday out there, keeping the love high and the hate low, most certainly.
It's kind of like in music, like it would be like a farewell album. Like I'm not gonna say they're not gonna make any more music, but like
they're getting there. This definitely sounds like they're getting there.
That's what I mean.
There's definitely still a couple joints on there I think are still worth checking out. And hey, if you're a Fall Out Boy fan, give it a look.
And that's what I mean is like I bet it's how it's produced and like how everything like song after song lines up. Like I bet it's actually one of their better produced albums because it is probably almost a farewell album. So it's like
gearing up
even
for
if people don't listen to it as much as they did back in the day, if someone does listen to it, we want them to get the best out of it, like best from us. So like,
yeah, get the best on as they're got one foot out the door type shit.
Because it's like when you're in your prime or peak, you could put out 2 albums and a mixtape, but one of them might not really be hitting.
Yeah, that's when you do the throw up everything at the board and see what sticks. Scaring the Hoes came out. JPEG Mafia and Danny Brown. There's a couple joints on there. Now,
I was about to say what artist.
What I want to throw out about this is 1, the cover art's great. 2, it's definitely, before you go into this project, it's definitely something very different. The 3 that jumped out at me on there were Perfect, Orange Juice Jones, and Jack Harlow Combo Meal. The production's crazy. The JPEG production is nuts. And there's probably no other rapper that could go over it better than Danny. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 by any means.
I feel like they were
if you like some abstract shit, definitely check it out.
I feel like they were in the studio together. Like, started off microdosing mushrooms or something. And weed.
Drugs had to be
then,
involved.
Like, they made like
for sure.
They did one song and it was like as like a parody type.
You said not a fan of JPEG, but I'll probably still listen. I mean, like I said, it's definitely out there. Like it's borderline Skrillex production.
Oh,
yeah. Like,
so they were definitely.
Yeah,
but that's what I mean. It's like they were probably.
And it was also that like distorted mix sound where like the voice is supposed to sound hard to hear. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where it's designed to sound like the radio's crackling.
I feel like I'm
like that kind of shit. Accurate. Like the radio doesn't really have a good signal.
The more you describe it, I feel like my hypothesis or theory is more accurate. They definitely started off microdosing mushrooms. Like,
it's an experimental project.
They did like a gram
for
each.
Sure.
By the end of the album, they were like 7-8 grams of mushrooms deep.
Just up for 3 days.
Like, just having fun. Just like, yo, like that was heat. But what if we did it like this?
Like, I just started fucking with them. Hey, take that sound and distort the fuck out of it.
Where's the Mike Tyson candy? Like, where that?
Another person that dropped that album, first one since he's been out of the box, which so glad to see him finally free. 03 Greedo. He came out with a new album. Actually, had a shitload of records. Album's called Halfway There, and the 3 that jumped out at me on there were Data, featuring Babyface Ray.
Okay.
2 Perks and 1 Drink Too Many. But 2 Perks I think is a hit.
Now 3.
And I'm glad to see Greedo back because Greedo was locked up for he did, what was that, 4 years I think, 4 or 5 years.
What did he do to get in?
It's been so long, I forget, truthfully.
Did he deserve it?
From what I remember, I don't think so.
4 or 5 years, I mean.
From what I remember, I don't think so.
I mean,
always loved Greedo. NLE Choppa dropped a new record with Lil Wayne, Ain't Gonna Answer, which that's a banger. I did want to shout out the homie real quick, Blank Thought. Just dropped a great album, My Life Flashed Before Me. Burning Bridges on there, that's my shit. Last record I wanted to mention was Larry June and Alchemist dropped another great single, Palisades, California, with Big Sean. Video's great. And cough, cough, you might hear me on IG doing a freestyle soon.
Never know.
I think Big Sean ate that shit up. I haven't seen Big Sean rap like that quite some time. And I love Big Sean.
I appreciate Big Sean as well.
Like he gets criminally underrated, dog. That Palisades verse is like overlooked. And him over an Alchemist beat, he floated. Motherfucker floated like the Silver Surfer. That motherfucker floated like that bitch in the elevator in that Devil movie.
I feel like Ass was like when people flipped on because like they thought he like.
Which one? Oh, well, I think like he's
just because like.
Well, that was the start.
But that was like the era of time where it was just like say the same seven words in the whole song. So it was like.
I think I actually might have a theory on.
But I feel like that's when people started.
Like facts.
Because early Sean, that man rapped like he was.
Well, Ass was before when you really heard the bars.
I'm saying like
because
before he blew. Ass wasn't on one of his early mixtapes when he was coming up, and he was known when Ass dropped.
Well, Yeah,
like,
but at the same time though, Ass was like kind of like one of his first hits. I feel like because I want to say
I won't disagree to first.
Well,
hit.
because you
I'm
also
not saying,
got to say this then.
That's fair.
Because Dark Sky Paradise was for sure after Ass, and Dark Sky Paradise was like his most well received album because that had the All Your Fault, that had I Don't Fuck With You, that had like I'm pretty sure most of his hits.
I'm trying to figure out which album it was on.
I think Finally Famous, if I'm not mistaken. But I want to say my shot in the dark at when people turned on Big Sean, from what I saw, was when he did that album with Metro Boomin. For whatever reason, that Double or Nothing album, which I liked it, I enjoyed it, but for some reason, somewhere in there, he started going over like shit.
I'm trying to figure this out because
when we did Meek Mill versus Big Sean won because you forget Big Sean's got hits like that.
Right, and like it was Ass was like definitely his first like radio banger.
Well, like, a lot of people hate. You're right. A lot of people did hate that.
And you are correct. It was on the first.
He said
album.
Big Sean sounded awkward over Metro's beats, which a lot of people said. I mean, I'm in the unpopular opinion.
I thought there was like it might have been like on my mixtapes back in the day, but like I swear I heard like two 7 EPs from Big Sean before that was on the radio.
Oh, I mean, his whole album didn't sound like that. No way. Yeah.
That's like,
yeah, so no. Like the rest of that Finally Famous had like Marvin Gaye or Marvin and Chardonnay. It had
but like what I knew
had that one with Wiz Khalifa too.
I might have found him underground kind of before like
those other songs were popular before Ass. It was just Ass got the video and Nicki Minaj was just starting to go into superstar.
So that's what I mean.
So like everything she touched was turning into fucking solid gold. So you had Big Sean bubbling, her bubbling. But you brought them together and it just went stupid.
If you didn't know of Big Sean before that, you didn't think he was lyrical because of that song.
Oh yeah, no,
so
that's the first thing you hear.
You away.
Yeah.
So like, it's how I just explained to my friend Eneli Chapa. I'm not a fan, but I'm not a hater of his. I don't listen.
I really like Eneli.
And I plan on checking him out, but at the time he came out, it was like Lil Xan, Lil Peep, like what are the other ones? Who all? Lil Pump.
I get it.
Like that era.
Yeah.
So like, wrong place, wrong time for him with me, because when they all came out, I was like, y'all are. This is what we doing.
Yeah, you weren't into it. I got into it pretty quick,
and I could see how and why, but I was like,
I just always like that new wave of okay, what are the kids doing? I always get down. What's the new thing on the block? What's the?
But what the fuck were they doing? Blah 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 blah.
Just took me
having fun, bullshitting. But we shouldn't idolize.
A lot of great music in there, though. A lot of great music in there. Like I think Choppa, his flow is very underrated. Like when he does those Shotta flows, that shit goes crazy.
Well, I can't speak on him because I wrapped him into a whole. That's what I was explaining to my buddy. I was like, because he was talking about the Lil Wayne song. He's like. I was like,
oh, with Choppa?
Yeah. I was like, I haven't listened to it. But
Wayne snapped on that bitch too.
That's what he said.
No, I just said with Choppa. I don't know why I said it like that.
So, like, some people, if they hear something from somebody, they don't even give them the benefit of the doubt again. Type of shit with Big Sean.
Oh, here, like, oh, God. Oh, yes.
With
back to Big Sean.
It was his first big hit, but it wasn't like. That's not how he rapped.
Which it is crazy because on that Detroit mixtape, I think that was the first time where I ever realized, like, holy shit, dude can rap.
Oh, he got bars.
Like, wow, good God. Like 100, 24 karat.
He can flow. Oh, he's not just saying the same word over and over.
No, I mean, even that Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay record on Finally Famous, I thought was crazy. Although Reagan wanted to get involved. I think that covers the new music reviews. I think we can get into the crazy shit. However, though, there was something I wanted to mention real quick, and I wanted to take a big old salute for it. I do not have nothing rolled up right now, and there is just Wild Cherry Pepsi in here.
I actually meant to do that.
But I will take a sip and say Triple X's killers have officially been convicted, and those pieces of shit garbage are going to rot in cells as they should. Cheers to that.
Justice has been served.
As always, condolences to X's supporters, friends, families, and everybody that he impacted in the great genre of hip hop and his genre bending music that he had. We love you, X, and glad that justice was served in your name. Now, to mention,
I hope.
Which one do I want to mention first? Jeez, they're both so funny. Well, let's just dive into what the title of the episode had in it. Well, thank you, Jonah Hill. I know your Oscar-worthy performance in 21 Jump Street was so goddamn good that it was actually able
Oscar-worthy.
I mean, clearly, it converted Kanye out of being anti-Semitic again.
Honestly,
it unconverted him.
Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah,
it could be.
I agree.
If
I agree, Jonah Hill for the Nobel.
I'm actually
Pulitzer too.
I was bullshitting, but like, if Kanye invigorates himself
I gotta read the post.
But if Kanye comes back to society is like pre 2012 Kanye, but a lot more charitable. So he's like a better human, but back to like dropping music like this, then Jonah Hill deserves a Nobel Prize.
That's the 21 Jump Street power. That's the Jonah Hill power. He didn't say that about Channing Tatum's performance. Said that about Jonah's.
Has he watched Magic Mike yet?
Jannings didn't do shit. No, Magic Mike will make him hate him again. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But your moves and that shit.
So in verbatim, if you have not heard, Kanye on Instagram said, watching Jonah Hill in 21 Jump Street made me like Jewish people again. No one should take anger against one or two individuals and transform them into hatred, turning towards millions of innocent people. No Christian can be labeled anti-Semitic knowing Jesus is Jew. Thank you, Jonah Hill.
He didn't say that Jesus is Jewish.
Thank you, Jonah Hill.
But that's Kanye.
Hey, and I'm pretty sure I just saw it too, like I said on Twitter, like either a day or two ago. It was like, oh, look who bumped into each other. Like Kanye and Jonah bumped into each other. And paparazzi took a couple pictures, and then this comes out.
But in real life,
the other thing I had a question of is Jonah Hill Jew?
Jewish.
Is
he Jewish? It's not. Is he Jew?
Oh yeah, that was I thought that was the abbreviation. Fuck. But is he Jewish?
I mean, I guess I just feel like that sounds like
I love Jewish.
I just feel like that's.
I love Jewish people. I cried through Schindler's List.
Like that, but I was like, like I heard it in Kanye's last
line.
I'm
gonna get us fucking canceled.
No, but in Kanye's last line, he really said it. He was like, "Is he Jew?" I was like, "It's Jewish, Kanye." Like it just sounds like you're. There's don't know about Jonah, but I'm not gonna on record say if he is or is not.
Now it makes me want to go back and watch 21 Jump Street.
But okay, if real life scenarios though, like say you're not fond of like jocks at high school. Okay, cool. You just don't like sports dudes that are like Jack because you like Pokemon and they may feel like, all right, cool, whatever. But say you run into the starting quarterback, one-on-one at like a video game store, and y'all like have a 10-minute conversation, that'll change your perspective about all jocks. And be like, well, damn. Like,
okay, I wonder where you were going with that for a second.
Like, damn, that starting quarterback saw me here. He's like, hey, bro, what's up? Like, oh, you play that game too? And like so that one interaction.
Do you think Jonah was like, hey man, like I kind of think like you've been bugging recently. I think you need to go home and watch 21 Jump Street.
No.
No. Hey yo,
I think it was more
let me shoot over a link. Shoot it through the Google Drive. Pull that movie up, and you will be changed all over.
What my random idea or thought of what could have possibly happened if
the power of Judd Apatow.
It would be like he ran into Jonah Hill, and instead of Jonah being salty about what he said, still he as a human.
Oh, Jonah didn't give a rat's fuck.
He's moved on. So like when he saw Jonah in the street, he might have thought Jonah would have been.
Jonah was gonna swing on him. That would have been crazy.
Jonah was just casual, cool, like, oh, what up, Kanye? And then Kanye was like, oh,
and then
shit.
dapped it up. And Kanye had shifted his whole perspective. He's like, well, Jonah Hill can't run Hollywood. He just was so nice to me.
Well, if Jonah Hill isn't pissed at me, like
Jonah Hill doesn't run Hollywood.
Or if it could have been like, oh, Jonah's able to forgive me. Maybe like why?
Maybe Mel Gibson can too.
Or I had the wrong thought about this.
No, actually, what am I talking about? Mel Gibson would have been thrilled.
Or
that was a terrible.
If Jonah Hill is still able to forgive me and be nice, maybe I have a wrong outlook on this.
Hey, like I said, if it takes 21 Jump Street, shout out Jonah Hill, man.
If we get Kanye back, 2011 Kanye.
Jesus Walks 2, featuring Jonah Hill.
Nobel Peace Prize for Jonah.
And the Pulitzer. I think he should have Jonah Hill executively produce the next album. But no, thank you, Jonah Hill. You're the fucking man, dude.
Him to promote it.
Just so glad that if that's the guy who has to guide him out of the darkness, thank you, Jonah Hill. So now the other thing that I'm getting ready to laugh at, because I've been laughing at it for about 3 days now, my invisible Rolly, but about 3 days now. 6ix9ine got jumped working out, LA Fitness. The jokes and the memes that I've seen about this, first off, the video's fucking hilarious. He's saying each part. There's the one where he's getting kicked and stomped, and the one dude's like, yeah, now I get to be famous too, buddy. Like, bam. And then the one where he's getting up, though, and he's walking out of the bathroom.
And the dude
and
recording
and he's like, he's like, I can't take it. He's like, yeah, y'all just jump me. He's like, I know, but y'all just jump me.
He's like, I'm a fan.
He said Mans was wearing Daisy Dukes. He really was.
I mean, all right.
And I saw
that's the one thing I'm going to time out real quick.
Those shorts were too high, bro.
No, time out.
Those shorts were too high.
Have y'all gone to a gym before and worked out?
Those shorts were too high.
Answer my question right now.
You cannot get jumped in shorts that high.
Luke, I'm speaking from experience. When you go to a gym and work out, yeah, you might have sweats on or shorts on, but when you go back to that sauna, you get down into your drawers or the lowest shorts. Unless you're going there to lose all water weight and to dehydrate yourself.
Then he had to do something with the jacket. Because that whole fit was
He wasn't in a sauna, though. That's the thing I'm getting at, is he just got out the sauna.
He said, those are shorter than Dr. J's shorts, fam.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing they're short, but what I'm getting at is he wasn't in the sauna when he got jumped, which the report said. He was in the locker room, bathroom.
Yeah.
So he just got out.
Shout out to those guys for catching him alone like that. Good shit.
So he just got out the sauna is what I'm getting at. Was getting his clothes on. So, and then they caught him. So, like, he wasn't able to.
However, he got caught. That shit's hilarious. I also saw that he was on, what was that thing? What was it? The treadmill? The Stairmaster?
Yeah, Stair
climber.
Those are no joke. It looks like you're not doing shit.
I saw the one meme.
It looks like he's not doing anything, but if you do that shit for longer than 5 minutes, you'll realize.
There was one meme that was like, he was preparing for his ops to get him, and he got it within the first hour or something like that. Like, I saw that meme.
Oh, like, what are you working out for? And bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, they came right away.
I mean,
dude, from the commentary to just watching him struggle like that after all that bullshit, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, I'm Mr. Keep the love high and the hate low. But every once in a while,
he really struggled.
Once in a while,
he took that jump in fairly well.
I ain't giving him no shit. I mean, hey, he did get up and walk away.
I'm calling it how I see it. He got what he gets what he's coming to.
He did get up and walk away.
And I doubt that'll be the last attempt at jumping him. So, like, be prepared more next time. Like, and he's talked about
But then I thought this was funny too when they were transporting him from that facility to like a private one real quick. He goes, no cameras, and that dude goes, it's a free world, homie.
The girl with him or whatever is like, it's not recording. He's like, what? This is a free country. What? She's like, nope.
Yeah, no, that dude, watching him get fucking pummeled down. Good shit, guys.
I mean, technically,
I thought that shit was fucking hilarious. And like you said, it wasn't to like. This would be a whole different story. I'm not saying go in the bathroom and beat him bloody and.
I mean, that's exactly what they did.
But no, okay. Well, hold on. Not beat him bloody and beat him to where he's broken boned. You know what I mean? Going to the
Definitely
yes, he went to the hospital. But what I mean is he was still okay, but he was still able to get up and walk away. It would be a much different story if they stomped his head in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be sitting here believe it or not, I wouldn't be sitting here laughing, saying, I'm not saying I'd be Mr. Sympathetic over it.
But they didn't.
I'm glad that it ended the way it did. That I can laugh at it the way that it ended. Watching him get stomped out, Fruity Pebble. He got fucking just, that's because of how he looks. Not saying his character.
It could have ended differently if they caught him elsewhere. Like all those dudes are
They
getting
left
charges.
him alone.
All those dudes are getting charges.
Oh, good. I mean, well, not good, but I mean,
Like,
as expected.
They have camera video of you walking in. Camera video.
Rich, I'm glad you mentioned that. I saw the one headline was like, the police station was like, we need your help. We need your help to find these gentlemen.
Good luck.
Please.
But it's
this time 6ix9ine couldn't help us. He couldn't identify him.
And then the dude goes on Instagram, bragging about it, and then deletes the post. Like, this isn't saved already into every internet.
Hey, I'd be honest, based on when they pulled that guy's rap sheet, I really don't think he gave a fuck.
No, but that's what I'm saying. He knew he was already on camera in a public place. You're not going to stomp somebody's face in and get murdered.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. If I passed him in a bathroom, it would have actually crossed my mind, too, to swing on him for a minute. But
you're not going to catch a murder charge when you know you on camera.
That's
what I'm saying. This dude just got out doing 8 years. Oh, I'll go whoop this dude's ass. Yeah, cool. I'm on. Look, I'll go do
seriously hurt.
I'll go do another 8 months for aggravated assault and beating this dude's ass. But if they're in a dark parking lot with no cameras, his face might have got stomped in. Who knows? But at the same time, like, those three dudes,
fucking hilarious how it ended. I wish I could put the video on the background of the pod, but oh my God, it's fucking hilarious. If you haven't seen the video of 6ix9ine getting stomped out, please go watch it.
It is what it is to me.
Hey, the troll it finally caught up to him. It finally caught up to him.
This is where I'm thinking.
He said all that shit about all the dead people for years, went on saying all this disrespectful foul shit. He deserved every bit of that. Every single stomp, punch.
Started with, he got what was coming to him. But in the same sentence and breath, in the same words, those three dudes, was it worth that 3 minutes you got on him for what you about to catch? Because
I salute them. Thank you guys.
But do you see what I'm getting at?
Took one for everybody.
And that dude that posted the video where the girl was like, no recording, like don't record. They could file a lawsuit to him about a defamation case. Like makes
6ix9ine look even worse. So I think that's funny as shit.
How does he look to everybody already? The worst you could look. So now it's like, oh, y'all trying to really fuck you? I'll use the law against you.
Real quick, another meme I saw. Somebody was like, "Do you think Gunna even stepped outside until those guys were caught?" Like
that man,
Gunna's watching the mailman put the mail in the mailbox, and he's like,
that man been on
steps out in his robe.
Since he's left court, he's been on a private jet that gets refueled in the air. He has not touched the ground since he's gotten out.
Is the coast clear, guys?
We're still in the air, right? 40,000 feet, sir. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Don't let it get down below 30.
And then he just hears the pilot put on digits. He's like, the plane's going down! Fuck!
So come out the bathroom. What up, Gunna? What up, bro?
Hustlers don't stop. They keep going. He just walks out of that.
There's 4 of us, but only 3 parachutes. That sucked, Gunna. Damn, dog.
Oh, dear. And then they just throw a piece of cheese out the fucking door, and there goes Gunna. And then it's like, plot twist. 6ix9ine is already in the air trying to commit suicide and got it first. But... oh, God. That's a mental health joke for how 6ix9ine's going to react to the situation that just unfolded. Boom, roasted. So now, on that note...
I don't think he's going to... Shit, mentally, it's not going to change shit. Now he's just going to have 2 guards.
That dude knew he was a sucker before that whole situation even unfolded.
And then his security that came out was like saying like, oh, I'll take y'all 4-on-1, like blah blah. I was like, well, you just already lost your job, A, and then B, the next security team will be behind him.
That also see like I said, the thing just gets more and more funny. Like you said, the security guards over here going, well, next time. It's like, motherfucker, there ain't gonna be no next time. I just got stomped out for 5 minutes in the bathroom.
Right.
You're over here fucking trying to talk to some bitch shooting a TikTok at the weight press.
But I mean, that's what I mean is like they caught him when they did, but at this they got him. Y'all got him, but he walked away.
Yeah, he did.
So like, did y'all really get him? And now y'all definitely get.
Well, that would have been worse. Like I said, then it goes all different route because then that goes he's being taken away from his family, which even though I think the guy's a lowbrow piece of dirty shit.
Didn't mean death, but like. He's not even holding his ribs like you said. Like, he's not breathing heavy.
And you think I'm going to give him one compliment?
No, but I'm saying, y'all did that. Y'all got him. But now y'all catching these actual real life.
He wasn't crying.
Y'all catching real life charges, though, from police. Like,
would have been much funnier if I could have saw some tears, though.
all I'm saying is, you guys caught him, but is it going to be worth it?
It was worth it to me. The entertainment on that was great. It got all three videos got 3 retweets. Boom, trifecta retweet.
And hey, it's awesome, great, but I'm thinking like for like them, okay, they could not give a fuck about jail. Cool, I believe that they don't, but I'm sure you like being free too. So like you couldn't wait for him to walk outside where there's no cameras.
That was some cool ass shit. I give him the salute. But another category though, we got 3 more to go through. Not very much though in each. However, though, like I said, a couple I'd like to dive in on just a little bit. TV, movie, sports, or wrestling. Which one would you like to go to next?
That's not gonna wrestling.
Wrestling?
Yeah.
Okay. I did see that Alexa Bliss. We were all wondering, where has Alexa been on TV? Are they trying to find a storyline? What the hell's going on? Turns out we all overthought it.
Did she have a baby?
She did have to do something with a shoulder. But in the process of doing that, she was on The Masked Singer.
Yeah.
And she was revealed on there. So she didn't win. But, well, I think what gave it away was they did hints when I went back and saw the clip, like her, like since she started the show. And once they got to she is a WWE active superstar.
You tied it all together easily.
I actually didn't see it until she was revealed. I haven't watched this season.
No, I'm saying like
I would have tied it together.
That's what I'm saying. With all the hints they give out, like,
well, the piece that they gave away is they showed the doll, and when they showed the doll, as soon as they showed the doll, I was like, oh yeah, I would have known wrestling fan right away.
You knew.
If you're trying to catch it,
if you're an average fan of wrestling and like, I mean, shout out her. Glad. So I'm sure it was like she had.
I didn't even get to see what record she sang, but shout out Alexa being on Masked Singer.
I'm sure it was like. She had to have her shoulder shit done, so it was like, hey, let's do this
and
show.
Triple H is like, hey, Mania's coming up, extra promo.
That and
why not?
She probably got the offer for Masked. She was like, all right, let's knock out the shoulder thing at the same time. Fuck it, and be back for wrestling. Oh, that's clutch.
Bray Wyatt has been pulled from the Mania card, which I thought was interesting. Bray Wyatt's been pulled,
he was going with
Bobby Lashley. And now Bobby Lashley got thrown in the pre-show Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
I thought
so Bobby's going to win that. Easy. I bet the farm on that. Because he was already locked into a great feud with Wyatt.
I was going to say.
But Wyatt got pulled because of undisclosed purposes, which now looks like it's like mental health stuff. And or maybe his back again because he does have a bad back.
My first thought was Bobby was going to come fuck with Brock.
I thought they would continue the feud, but
now
they're doing Brock versus Omos.
Correct. So like, but once Bray gets pulled, it's like a immediate. Bobby could just be a third party, or a third person now. Like, I could beat both y'all big people up.
He's with Omos. Omos is like his under.
Oh, his prodigy.
Yeah,
thing. Like
his MVP is like the ringleader.
Okay, so it was like
I watched,
but I'm not avid, so.
That just became a thing a couple weeks ago. You're not far behind.
But that's what I mean. Is like I don't keep up weekly, so little shit I don't pick up. But so now I think that even
2
more.
weeks new.
So I think even more now he might intervene
to help Omos.
Especially,
I mean, I think he'll for sure win that battle royal, no doubt.
And because that's first.
I mean, it'll either be him or LA Knight, and like you said, that's first. And Bobby, I think, will win it pretty easy. And I really don't think – I'm just saying LA Knight if for some wild reason.
Bobby Lashley wins it unless the final person he's with he wants to put over or feels like –
which in that case, if only out of everybody I saw in that battle royal, it would be LA Knight.
There would be like –
anybody else it wouldn't make sense.
Other than that situation, he's stronger than everybody. Fuck off. He could like – yes. I'd put him as a favorite.
Yeah, seeing Bray Wyatt, though, get pulled was sad.
I hope he's all right.
Yeah. It said undisclosed, but
that's why
if we're going off of internet speculation, the closest anybody's been able to get was it's either a back-related issue or a mental health issue. Because he struggles with both.
For the undisclosed from WWE not being like he tweaked a back muscle.
You think it's the mental health?
I would lean towards that. He might want to keep how bad his back is more private. So like it's 100% fucked, but people only think it's 60% fucked. So like, undisclosed. So like people don't know like your back's real bad type thing.
And so he can go home, and if she's like, "How's your back feeling?" He can be like, "Oh, not too bad, honey." "Oh, well, why are you coming home then?"
Like,
oh, so you think he's going home and being like, "Yo, my back is fucked, babe."
It's for the fans. Like, so, like, you know, or like other outlets type shit don't know, but I would lean more towards.
Well, they said
something, you know.
The back rumor came from, there was a picture of him wrestling at a live event. And it was like about a week before this just came out. It was him wrestling at a live event.
Okay.
And he was actually, oddly enough, he was wrestling LA Knight. And it shows him, like, it was like about a 15, 20-minute long match. And he's walking up the ramp. And about halfway up the ramp, he goes and he, like, stops on, like, the thing.
Right.
And he's, like, standing there. And the one fan was like, "You good?" And he goes, "My back just locked." And, and a fan heard him actually say, he goes, like, "My back just locked." And he had to, like, stand there for a second and go like that. And then continue to walk up the ramp. And then it was like a week later, this comes out. So it goes back to, like, maybe it's a little of both.
Right.
Like, maybe, like, the back is getting so bad that Bray's like, "Fuck, man. Like, how long can I even keep doing this?"
Yeah, he's, like, starting to doubt it or something. Like,
because Angle said he went with both at the same time. Like, when he realized that he had to officially retire, he said it became, like, a struggle of, like, I don't want to, but every night that I'm going out here, my neck is just throbbing.
About to kill myself, but I can't let go.
Yeah. So, and I feel like Bray might be right there with it.
I feel like,
because Bray's a lot younger too than when Kurt was when he had to hang it up. I mean, granted, not by like a long shot in the grand scheme, but
what was the last pay-per-view?
Last pay-per-view was Elimination Chamber
with Mountain Dew,
Pitch Black. That was at the Rumble.
Okay, so that match,
and he didn't have a match at Chamber.
He looked off then.
He looked a little stiff. He did
not even stiff because of how fast that match went. You knew something was up. Either he's not fully like locked in mentally, like
almost like he was trying to get geared up for Mania, and the closer it got, he's like, "I'm not going to be able to do this."
I wouldn't even. I don't mean it like he was foreshadowing that far ahead. It was like you could like that match should have been dragged out a little more because it was the first of its kind. Like lasted 5-7 minutes. Like what? But he did like 4 moves and that was it. It wasn't like
he didn't end up.
They didn't go back and forth or nothing. Like
he didn't get active,
and he didn't have.
I liked the match for what it was worth,
and he wasn't as expressive. Like face, like action. So like that's where I was like, maybe like looking back now, like with all this information, like I noticed it then, but didn't know what was up. So like he could have been battling confidence issues then.
Because he did have a lot of time,
and they're trying to build it up. Like this is a new match for you, for your character. Like no, if they love you, they're gonna go crazy. Bet. And then I'm back. Like all right, we'll do a quick one. It's like so, like you said, both, but like you could tell there then.
Yeah,
looking back,
signs were starting to show.
Like looking back, because that match should have been like when it ended. I was like,
he had an advertised match for my live event. He never came out. But the other thing I wanted to mention before we do mention the one thing I wanted to bring up on AEW. Which is kind of also tied in with WWE, to be honest.
Ooh.
But I know I sent you this leak a little earlier in the week, which was big wrestling news, the biggest wrestling news of the week by far. Goldberg officially labeled a free agent. After going through contract renegotiations with WWE, they could not come to terms on a deal. Therefore, Goldberg is now no longer tied or signed with the WWE. Some people feel like he's going to sign somewhere else.
I hope
some people feel like he's going to retire. Some people feel like he's going to do a one-off match and retire somewhere.
I hope he like takes a year, stays in shape, but then come back to the negotiation table. Like, don't go.
Interesting.
Hate when superstars go to the G League when they don't need to be.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah, you wanted this, they wanted this, but like at the end of the day, y'all will come to a term.
I actually think what's crazy if he is to go on one last run, if he's gonna do it in the WWE, I want just one last feud then. One last feud, end it. If it's
probably be like Brock. Like if he beats up Omos real quick, you could bring him Goldberg back to beat up Brock. Like, no,
one more time.
Who you think you're a bully?
If they do that, I don't think it'd be for a while. Maybe
so. That's why they still got to negotiate.
I mean, at any point you can sign him now. But obviously, let's do process of elimination of what he won't do. He's not going to go to Impact. He's not going to go to New Japan. He's not going to go to any of those. If he goes to anything that's not WWE,
I think it ruins his.
It would be AEW. And the only reason why I think that's not necessarily bad is because at the end of the day, he did come from WCW.
Yeah, but WCW was much more prominent than AEW will ever be. Like, let's just state that for how it is.
That WCW I have a hard time with.
Gave us Rob Van Dam.
Well, that was Goldberg. ECW.
Okay, gave us
Goldberg, Sting.
AEW is giving
Booker
us
T.
Scissor. Great entertainment, but we're not getting dogs. We're not getting
for homegrown. Okay,
we're not getting people that want to.
I mean, you do have your MJFs, your Darbys, but
we're not getting. We're not getting people that
like Goldberg
putting in 80 hours. A week.
MJF is great.
We're not getting people that want to wrestle 80 hours a week anymore.
I mean, you do have a point. A lot of the top AEW guys were WWE guys first,
and it's because WWE either was like, "Hey, we either gotta."
Yeah,
we need to talk. You're not in your.
Most of them were let go. Only like Jericho walked,
and that's what I mean. Is like and it's like with Kurt, he had to realize, okay, time to hang him up. Some of these superstars, when WWE tells you, "Hey, we love you, but it's time to move on." And
some people do what Ric Flair did, which is he goes to Impact and almost ruined his legacy.
And I'm sure I wouldn't be able to handle that very well either. So like, I'm not saying I would do better than them, but for them to like, oh, well, fuck y'all, I'll go do this. And then it's nothing up to par of standards. Like,
I mean, I'm going to say the same thing. If he did the AEW thing, just give us like one match or one run. I don't want an extended contract thing.
And I feel like that's all they're offering those type of people though. It's because that's how they keep their.
We're at the point too where like, I feel like you mentioned it. I feel like
he doesn't need to do it.
If he were to just up and be like, you know what, now I'm just going to be retired and I'm good, I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, take a year.
His last match was good.
Even
correct. I'm pretty sure he ended on a W.
Or if you say like he was gone for a year and a half, but like he was enjoying life, staying healthy, blah blah. Then WWE reaches out, was like, "Hey,
we got one.
Let's talk. Can we talk about something?"
I could see that. Like, hey, Goldberg,
don't go to a subpar thing, because
like if you want one more, let us know. Like, and we can find something for you.
Don't do it out of spite.
We'll work you in there somewhere. You're fucking Goldberg.
Yeah. Like
30 years later, I hit that theme music and the whole crowd still goes, Goldberg.
Yeah, like don't go do that.
Which I've always loved Goldberg. And I do agree with you. I'd much rather see him have one more run in the WWE than AEW.
Especially because at the end of the day, y'all could meet in the middle on this contract for Goldberg's last run.
Yeah.
You don't have to be shitty about it and give him AEW.
Goldberg's not going to be like, look, I'm not saying you need to back up the Brinks truck, but I need to be paid well.
Right. And they'll be like, fair, but you're not getting main event. Like,
depending. And I don't even think he necessarily would want that.
But that's what, like,
because he's like, I probably realistically can't even go like that.
Exactly. So that's where it's like, you got to meet in the middle on both sides. Like,
well, real quick, I thought this was cool. And then I'll hop off of my man Goldie. But earlier in the week when I was like mentioning like Goldberg's retired and I was like bummed about it, Brittany's like, wifey's like, oh, like, like every time I see a match of his, it's always so short.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, let me show you something. And I went back and I showed her Unforgiven 2003 with Triple H for the World Heavyweight title. And it was 35-minute match. And by the end of that match, she goes, wow, I didn't know he could move like that. And I'm like, he's fucking 55 now. Like,
he's in the NFL.
Yeah, like, of course he used to move great. And then speaking of AEW, the thing that I did want to mention, which again I said kind of also ties in with WWE, is a group that used to be in NXT, which Triple H at the time ran NXT and was really close with him, was a group named FTR.
Okay. Yeah.
Dax Harwood, and I forget what the other guy's name is. But here's what's interesting, and I thought this sounded wild because it's right before WrestleMania, and they don't have 90-day contract clauses, which means they could literally wrestle the very next day for another promotion once this contract's up.
Bet. Hey, go get your bag.
So the contract is set to be up next Friday, right? Like this upcoming Friday.
From AEW?
The contract is up. Come Friday morning at 10 a.m. or whatever time they send to now. AEW.
Okay, that's right. I was just making sure.
But on Wednesday night, Dynamite, they have a tag team titles match. They are challenging the tag team champions. But now get this. There's a stipulation on that match. And now let's see if I can do a little book of Tucker here. Hear me out. FT. Let me paint the picture
That's
for you,
just wild.
Snoopa.
That's hilarious.
So
that's awesome. They can do that.
And the stipulation of the match is that if FTR loses to the Acclaimed, the Scissor Guys, then they are forced to leave AEW. Now, if you know the behind the scenes thing and say, okay, well, the contract's up Friday and they weren't able to reach a negotiation. I'm thinking that contract's going to be up on Friday and they're the rumored surprise team that's going to pop out on Mania night. Triple H's old boy FTR. Because you know damn well, go back into your old WWE bag. Whenever you got I'm putting my career on the line. If you win this match, I'm fucking done. Your first thought is to go, oh, well, they're not going to retire. No way are they going to lose. But realistically, they go out there and lose.
They have an I Quit match on SmackDown, and on Monday they're on Raw. Like, so it's like, wait. Okay, I see what's going on here. That's, yeah.
But I think this is genuinely a case of, like, they're doing, like, if you lose, you leave. And then they have to leave. And then
I believe
they're
that.
in WWE.
I could see that.
Because then look at it this way, too. Tony Khan can totally, next Wednesday, have the Acclaim come out there and go, oh, we had to send them to another bitch-ass company or blah, blah, blah. We sent them packing.
This is our house.
But
I don't think you talk shit then because you can't bring them back if they sign to WWE.
Well, at that point, with Triple H now in charge, I think FTR is like, we want the fuck out. Like, we'll give you a great... I'm not saying they're going to phone in the match.
No. I get that, but I'm saying, like, on AEW, like, I don't think you talk shit that one time, like, oh, yeah, we made them leave, but I don't think you keep running that horse.
No.
Because you can't have them come back and fight.
Yeah.
That's like...
You only do that once. If not, then you're just... Yeah. I agree. So we got TV, movies, and we got sports. Let's do sports.
In the air.
So, Browns get Eli Moore.
That was Elijah.
Is it Elijah Moore? Well, I just shortened it up. But Browns get Elijah Moore from the New York Jets.
I'm going to look it up.
What did you think of the trade? I think he's a great addition to the receiving unit. Because we still got Cooper, right? Amari?
Yes. Yeah.
So we got Amari. We got Moore.
He's 5'10", like, which isn't like horrible.
I mean, hey, he made Zach Wilson look at least all right. He was still getting some targets and catches with Zach Wilson.
He's a young dude, and he has potential. That's like
Zach Wilson couldn't hit the broadside of Wilson's cheeks.
I can't say like I'm not gonna speak down or too great about him because I haven't really watched his film, so like I haven't really watched his games either. So it's not like I know he's a great route runner, but he drops the ball.
Believe it or not, only reason why I knew Elijah Moore, he was actually my waiver guy in one of my fantasy leagues this year in like week 1 or 2.
Who else? We just picked up another receiver today or yesterday that I liked more than Elijah Moore.
We did?
Don't mean that disrespectfully to Elijah Moore.
No, you know me with sports sometimes. I'm not as, I'm in your backyard when we're talking sports.
Yeah,
I'm in your backyard in like a tree fort with
I'm
the little bit that I do follow.
Yeah.
As you're pulling it up, do you got a March Madness update for the folks?
Hell no, I don't. Sorry.
I lost a little track of it myself. Yeah. Fill us in, please. I'm sorry that, we both kind of fell out of touch with March Madness. I'm not quite sure who's still in there.
That's like my lower.
I had a bracket, but it just got shattered in round 1, so I haven't really kept up. I don't want to lie to y'all and start talking information I don't even know. But hey, if you're tuned into March Madness, like I said, fill us in. Let us know what we're missing out on. We'll end up watching the national championship game, obviously.
Hey. Marquise Goodwin.
Oh, we got Marquise?
Yes.
I like Marquise Goodwin. Yes.
So
he was a Niner. I like him. He's good. He was a Bill at one point too, I think.
He's proven is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I like Elijah Moore. He's fast too.
Elijah Moore has a lot of potential, but
I think they both could pan out. That's actually great.
Marquise is like
no number 1 seeds are left in March Madness. No shit.
Oh I didn't. I
could tell. I had a couple of them, but
I didn't even make a bracket. I'm not gonna say I don't care about it.
I made a bracket, but it went like I said, it went to fucking shambles. I didn't know there was no number 1 seeds left though. Then my bracket's really fucked.
I I don't really follow college basketball like that. I can't lie.
Neither do I.
Well,
I have fun with the brackets.
Last time I did was like high school.
I have fun with the brackets. I do like to keep an eye out during some of March Madness, though, just for my rookies for the upcoming fantasy basketball year, which don't you worry. I'm going to get to that.
What?
I think I lost, but we're going to
see.
see.
Like that sometimes.
But yeah, no, the Browns, I think we're shaping up pretty good.
Yeah.
I like
so
how
we got some more receivers. We got more threats. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Elijah Moore, like I said, has a great potential. Could be a Marquise Goodwin type player. Like they're very similar. They're very similar types. Like so.
We got a good receiving unit. Who's our tight end still? Njoku?
Yep.
Nice.
We got the Chief. He's locked up for a few years.
Good shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've signed like some defensive tackles. Like, not saying like big names, but
I saw we renegotiated the contract with Watson to free up some money.
I mean,
so I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's how everything. Every team is doing.
After all that, he better refinance.
Well, he's still guaranteed all that money. It's just this year we're now giving you, instead of 40, we're going to give you 25, and then next year we're going to give you 40. But the year after that, you're going to get 55 to make up for it. More money then. So it's just kicking the can down the road.
Prolonging it.
Yeah, you're still going to get your money, but just not yet.
So the last thing I wanted to mention, sports-wise, fantasy basketball update. I know I've been sharing it through Twitter. However, I share it occasionally. However, that's not my year, I don't think. I made it to the playoffs. I will tell you my seeding here. Give me 1 second, let me reload it. Man, I tried to fight the good fight. It's loading right now.
I got like halfway through the season, and it was so hard for me, like with my work schedule and everything, to keep up with like. I'd be like, oh, I gotta do my schedule. Like,
but your team was looking nasty.
I know, and that's why I was
hey, I'm not ruling myself out yet. We still got a small shot.
I was actually like upset with myself because I was like halfway through my work day, like it would be like 3:00, and I'd be like, do your lineup, and like 2 games are already done. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, Nick, come on. Like,
so looking at the playoff bracket, we had 6 playoff teams. I was the 5th seed. I finished the regular season 16-5. It's round 1 of the playoffs, and I am playing my buddy. I'm currently losing 780 to 933. I've used all of my matchup acquisitions. He still has 5 left. Basically, I just ended up getting fucked with some injuries. James Harden fucked me up this week. We had some low-scoring teams, or some low-scoring games that just really fucked us. Ja Morant didn't give me no big games like I'm used to. However, though, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. It's not over till Lizzo sings. We're going to keep it going. Tomorrow we got some guys. I'm hoping Jeremiah Grant's. I need to lend him a quad for the fucking day. But you know,
he said lend him a quad.
I'm giving it my best shot, shooting for the 200, but it's not looking good for me, nigga. You think I can bring it back? Or am I down too much?
Anything's possible.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the spirit. That's the fucking spirit.
Larry just pulled it up. I made playoffs. So let me do some team arranging right now.
You're in the. Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you did actually make playoffs. Let me go check that.
9. I was like, okay. I mean,
yeah, because we might even end up playing each other. Which remember, too, what I said. Consolation gets 20. So if you win the consolation, you get 20. And then I'm also gonna do a spiff for everybody else. Championship week 2. A little $10 spiffy. Because you know me, I'm the fucking NBA fantasy commissioner of the motherfucking year, y'all. I give back to my people. Even the people that aren't in it and getting the W. So that leaves us with one last category. But yeah, glad I got to tell you about that. Who knows? You might end up playing my sorry ass if I can't pull through this week. For the 20.
For the 20.
So TV movies is our last category for the week. Do I want to dive right into it? No, I actually saved the best part of this for last because I'm really excited to share it. Okay. John Wick 4, though, hits theaters officially yesterday. I saw Rotten Tomatoes gave it great reviews. I saw a lot of great reviews all around the board. Actually.
He said, great movie, 3 hours, though. He wasn't expecting 3-hour movie for John. Like,
is that long?
Yeah. He was.
I did see a lot of people were saying it's actually potentially the best one of the franchise.
Really?
Right off rip.
He did say it was great. Like, he said it was great. but it was longer than he expected going into it. So when he was still there, he was like he went at like midnight or like 11. So like he got out at like 1 or 1:32.
Well, he went
closer
to
to
late
2.
night showing.
Yeah.
What do you think of it though?
Thought it was great.
He said Endgame was almost 4 hours. 3 hours is nothing. That's the spirit.
No, that's a lot.
Love
of
people
time.
that appreciate long movies.
That's a lot of time to be not.
I watched that extended version of Hateful Eight at one point. That thing's like fucking 4.5 hours. That thing's crazy.
Just for what?
That thing's nuts. But no, yeah, Endgame is crazy fucking long. But hey, if John Wick's 4 is worth it, I'm excited to check it out. I will be honest though, I probably won't be seeing it in the theaters. That'll be one that I wait to come out on HBO for show. HBO for show.
Look,
HBO for show.
I just can't go to a movie.
Super bad reference.
Like 3 hours, like
that is a while to have your booty cheeks in some seats
with overpriced food options and drink. Like I will make
that popcorn.
I can't pause this shit in my house. I can pause this and go take a piss. Like,
where's the window to crack? I need to smoke. Roll my window down. I need fresh air. The lights on in the Eiffel Tower. I do that. I'm the one who puts the lights on every day. Hold on. Let me roll my window down. I need fresh air. That shit. I love it. I'm sorry.
When you need fresh air, you need fucking fresh air.
I love that on bullshit. We don't do Fashion Week. Fashion Week is it's the last decade. All right, enough of that. So I did want to mention after the John Wick 4, John Spates, who was the producer and director of Dune, is writing the script and directing Gears of War live action movie, which is wild. Man, I've been waiting for this fucking Gears of War live action movie to be greenlit. Man. Oh, casted as Phoenix?
If Batista,
I hope so.
He's a character in the game.
I think you get Michael Pena to do Dom. I think he'd be a good Dom. If not him, John Berthal, the guy who plays the Punisher. I think he'd be a good Dom.
That would.
Try to do a hypothetical cast real quick. Oh God, Coltrane. I feel like Coltrane's easy and it's coming to me, but I'm just overthinking it. I'd have to get back on that.
Yeah.
Hey, as it gets closer to the movie, I'll think on it more.
I didn't realize.
But somebody else can think of it too. Let me know. Terry Crews. Yes, that's a good one. That is a really good one. The Coltrane, not the whole train, baby. Whoa.
What about Statham?
Playing Coltrane?
No.
Oh, playing.
Just because I'm thinking of just like great actor, like.
Batista looks so much like Phoenix.
Stone Cold.
Well, Baird with the blonde hair throws.
Bring back Randy Orton, the Marine.
If you dyed his hair blonde, Randy could do Baird. Yeah, that's actually kind of hard to think of. Yeah. I'd have to think on that one. Terry Crews doing Coltrane, though. Damn, that's a good one.
That's a doozy. I didn't realize I was in the playoffs, so I'm trying to fix my team real quick.
You could do Scarlett Joe as a rabbit hole, as if we're casting this movie. But really excited though. I'm a huge Gears of War fanatic, as you know. I've loved that franchise ever since the first one.
It's a great one.
I'm actually kind of in the works of maybe sampling the trailer song for the first one, Mad World. But having a lot of fun with it. Gears of War movie, I'm really pumped and excited to see where they take it.
I saw that come, I was like, oof.
See exactly what story they're going to tackle on. If it's going to be General Rom, Queen Mira. See kind of how they're going to go with it.
Chapter.
Even just start like a series would be cool. I'm up for that.
That's what I mean. Is like they could just kind of rebrand and start kind of fresh, but at the same time, it's Gears, so
yeah,
you just have Gears shit, but it's a whole different.
And us Gears fanatics, oh my God, we've been waiting for this.
Yeah,
I'm excited. And then last thing I did want to mention before we get ready to close her out, I did see a movie last Sunday. I was outside with wifey. I mentioned a couple weeks ago on the pod that this was a movie that was a must-see for me in theaters, and I'd be damned if I wasn't going to go see it. Popped outside last week and saw Scream 6.
Oof.
Saw that with wifey. Nice and toasted on my way there, of course.
Yeah, I might have to go see that one.
Highly recommend, and I'm going to do it again with the HIGH all caps. Highly recommend, and I'm going to stand on a ledge with this one. My review a week later, I'm very excited to see it again. I think the twist was delivered great. It's classic Scream tradition. You really never see it coming.
That's good.
Like even more so than the last one that just came out. I really did not see this.
They did it justice and they did it proper.
Did it at the end of the movie? I did this with the other people in the theater.
Shout out.
That's how good that was. And another thing that I think was great is I went in thinking, oh man, I miss Nev. Like I already missed Nev Campbell. You know, I miss Sydney. Right? I did. I missed her.
Damn.
And then about halfway through the movie, I was like, damn it, if Jenna and this broad ain't fucking making me forget about Nev. And I mean that in the most respectful way. Like Jenna and whoever played the other girl,
but like
I felt took the torch and ran 3 victory laps with
that's what ends
or 6
that's what ends movie franchises or series is not being able to pass a torch of
and they successfully passed that torch.
So that's huge.
It was the longest one of the franchise. It runs 2 hours and 3 minutes. I think though the movie moves quick. I think the 2 women did a phenomenal fucking job once again.
Shout out. I might.
I think the killing in the movie was great. I think the way that they did the stab,
they did it proper.
They did it 110% justice. And before we get ready to close out, because like I said, I was excited to talk about it.
That's
the other part of the ledge that I'm going to stand out on, which I'm going to go hot take Tuker here.
Uh-oh.
Yep, I'm on the ledge, Nick.
Don't jump.
No going back now. I'm already on the bitch. I'm walking the plane.
Bye. Do it.
Scream 6 is potentially the best one of the entire franchise, only behind maybe number 1. I said it. I jumped off the plank and I'm falling into the water, but damn it, I said it. All right. I don't want to hype it up too much, but that's just how much I enjoyed it.
If you go back and watch like Scream 2 or 3, just because of the era and like production, you're like
classics,
but now you're looking back, you're like, I see the wire holding that shit up, bro. Like it's like that, like, but now with
the way the light hits that mask.
But now with technology,
that's a white boy in there.
With technology,
no bigger than me.
With movies now and the technology, it's like animations and everything is flawless.
Yeah.
So like that's why it could surpass the other ones.
Even the opening of it, because like Scream openings are always iconic. I thought this had one of the best opening scenes of any Scream movie. Because even me and Wifey were both. She even gave me this look of like, what's going on? This just happened. Like what the hell?
Is this another preview or?
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to mention that I thought was amazing about Scream 6 is one of my top 10 favorite actresses, Hayden Panettiere, came back and returned and reprised her role as Kirby from Scream 4. And I can say this, it's not a spoiler. She is an FBI agent now. They give that away in the first 20 minutes. It's
I love how he says it's not. Whenever he says that, just know you're getting information from the movie that.
I mean, they have her with a badge on in the. I just said she's FBI, but it's a great movie though. I highly recommend it if you're a fan of the Scream franchise. Definitely go check that out.
I'm gonna have to.
However, though, before we're closing out, I gotta ask the listeners the question. And normally I would ask you the question on who you think's going to win, but let's just talk about it for a minute. Yeah. Promote it.
I'm your opponent.
Yes. So Snuka is my opponent. We will be going live at about 7:30 p.m., somewhere between 7:30, 8-ish. I always give an update on Reddit, IG, and YouTube. We appreciate the love, y'all, for tuning in to Pull Up a Chair episode 32, which will be uploaded after. As always, let us know if we forgot something. We will catch up and mention it on next week's episode. However, as you know, we wanted to have a blessed and wonderful sleepless Saturday. Thank you for being tuned in with us. Give a cheers and a round of applause for your damn selves real quick.
You and that coaster have been battling.
We fought a battle. That was a battle of our own. But Pull Up a Chair episode 32 in the books. Just wanted to say one more time, thank you, Jonah Hill. We appreciate you. 6ix9ine. Hey, some may say get well soon. I say you had that coming. Scream 6, go check it out. Jay Skeese, Abolished Uncertainties, go check it out. Since I Have a Lover, Black, go check it out. My Life Flashed Before Me, the homie Blank Thought dropped a project, go check it out. Kendrick Lamar versus Lil Wayne, Winners Bracket Showdown, 14 rounds, anything goes. Live, Sleepless Radio episode 137 coming up, 7:30 p.m. tonight Eastern time. Who does everybody got going in? I got Kendrick Lamar. He's got Lil Wayne. He's got Wheezy. I got K. Cornrow Kenny. who was born with a vision. Anything
Easy F,
goes,
baby,
14 rounds, 3
F is
official
for
judge.
fuck, that dab got me.
That's funny as fuck. Wheezy F, baby, and fuck, and F is for that fucking dab got me. That's great. But yeah, let us know who you got. I'm very excited for the battle tonight. It is Winners Bracket Showdown once again. Kendrick Lamar beat J. Cole to get into this bracket. Lil Wayne beat Jay-Z. He did it in 20 rounds where Kendrick did it in 10. That's an X factor of its own. However, we are very excited for a Sleepless Radio episode 137. This was Pull Up a Chair episode 32.
Rounds tonight.
14 rounds, anything goes. You bet it. You're coming in up 3-2 overall. You'll get to call the coin toss to decide who goes first. Cool. As always, thank you for being tuned in and starting your Sleepless Saturday with us. Yes. Keep the love high and the hate low. El Tucker 10 Snooker will see you soon. Much love.